Awesome news, guys. We finally have confirmation that our piston design for the Hell engine is complete. We are now waiting on the time schedule confirmation and details like that. But in the meantime, we have gotten busy now with finishing up some covers and stuff like that. We have the front covers are already done, so we have the rear front cover, front cover, and the small covers here for the end of the camshafts. And yeah, time to update the valve covers. So we did have a small fitment issue here with the end of the camshaft here not being modeled in CAD, so that had a slight collision. But let's do a quick check here to see what we did. So of course, like when we fix things, we always like tinker a little bit with the details. So this old one is 1,657 grams. And this is the new version. Is 1,593 grams, so we're around 60 grams lighter, something like that anyway. And of course have the Elmer Racing logo here, mandatory, of course. And oh, before I put this on, actually, this camshaft, yeah, this looks so good. We have like put these extra divots in here to get some extra space for higher lift cams than what are possible with the Nissan VR38 engine. So yeah, we have a much more lift here with the Hell, and we still have, I think, room for like 0.3 or 0.5 millimeter more lift, but this is getting relatively close to the limit. But there might be some like in a high rev application or something like that where we want to like squeeze out the absolute max lift that we can from the cams. But yeah, this is already a lot. So let's just slap this guy on here, if we can align everything up. Yep, fits perfect. Just put on a few bolts here while we're at it. And yeah, people have asked us about the why we do these in billet, like these valve covers and front covers and stuff. Like, surely you can do these cheaper with as cast units. Well, yes and no. It depends on the quantity. And it's also a lead time question. So quantity wise, I mean, you need to do quite a few of these, probably around at least 10, maybe 15 or so, something like that, to like get it cost effective compared to just doing the billet stuff. But it also takes so much more time doing cast parts, and also like doing an update like this. So we removed some extra material that we didn't need and fixed a few minor details, and that's so quick to do. If you do a casting stuff, well, then you need to have well, of course we could do casting ourselves also and invest in all of that, but yeah, when you have a hammer, the world is a nail basically. So we're good at CNC stuff, and that makes it very easy for us to just do billet components instead of yeah, figuring out cast stuff. For high quantity parts, definitely does make sense cost-wise, but for low quantity stuff, especially high performance stuff, and this is also a little bit of a question, like if you can optimize an engine for the specific use case, then basically every single engine is a high performance engine, because then you can make it much smaller if you make it a sort of a high performance to meet whatever performance target that is. So if you need 100 horsepower, you can make a really tiny engine to put out 100 horsepower from, and then that engine is so much smaller that it just becomes cost effective compared to doing a much larger cast engine. And then there's also a question of, okay, if you have a much smaller engine, you have much lower friction losses and all of this, so you get better fuel efficiency and yeah, so there are like multiple different ways of looking at things. You can't just look at a cost compared to like a single component, but how that affects the overall complete package. So covers are all done, all the exterior parts are completed. Once we do get the specifications for the pistons, we can do the counterweights on the crankshaft correctly, get the crankshaft done, and start getting the internal components also finished up. We have the dry sump pumps and all of that, of course, already. So yeah, we are starting to get finally relatively close. Really unfortunate that we had the issue with the first piston supplier. We were super excited about talking to them and the and the chief tech guy there, he really knew his stuff, and we're really happy to work with them. But then unfortunately, no pistons. What a problem to have. But yeah, we are going now with a supplier that we worked with previously, and yeah, so far seem really good. So they have the piston design done with those, and we should be getting them shortly. Intake manifold design is done, but we haven't done the manufacturing part of that yet. So once we start doing that, we'll maybe move around a little bit with the design as yeah, things typically do go. And yeah, starting to look very good.